John Dramani Mahama has appointed Dr. Gilbert Bakul. He's an internationally recognized public health physician, and he's now the new acting Chief Executive Officer of the korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. His appointment comes 2 days after the new health minister reinstated acting CEO, Reverend Albert Okpoti-Boche. I'm sure you have a lot of questions you're asking yourselves already. 2 days after the new minister decided that Reverend Okpoti-Boche should stay in office, President Mahama has appointed a new one. And Reverend Okpoti was accused by the members of the korle-Bu Staff Association of mismanaging the hospital and misappropriating the hospital's internally generated funds to buy plush vehicles for management members. The acting CEO, however, had the support of the board chair, Eddie Yanan, who said the reinstatement of Reverend Okpoti was a vindication of his position. Let's speak to the president of the korle-Bu Teaching Hospital Senior Staff Association, President Charles Ofei Palm. Hello, Charles.
Yes, good morning.
I'm sure you're a very happy man this morning.
Oh, I'm excited. I've regained my poster, yes.
I see. And for what?
Oh, because yesterday we heard on air, as usual, from journalists that His Excellency President Mahama has appointed a new chief executive. And by that means, he has met one of the demands of korle-Bu staff in general. Now, it's not about senior staff association, it's the whole korle-Bu that is talking about it there. So we are all happy about it. We are saying that the board should be dissolved, and that is all.
I see. Now, what does this appointment mean as far as all the grudges you were holding against management? I mean, as staff, not you personally, but as staff.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you very much.
What does it mean?
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. There is no personal grudge in what we have been doing or trying to tarnish somebody's name as is being portrayed somewhere. What we are just saying is that manage the scarce resources that we have judiciously. That is what we are saying. Now, pointing at Okpoti directly, you realize that in his letter of what do they call it? I just intercepted his letter of resignation. He said he was requested. So this is what we have been saying. First of all, he was not even appointed. And then secondly, he was not appointed because we had made it clear that was in violation at 525, which says that in the absence of a chief executive, a senior most member must act. Reverend Okpoti was not a senior most member. He was a government appointee, non-executive board member. So he couldn't have been the CEO. You see, so the truth is now beginning to unfold. Now, we also realized that he was in conflict of interest. The father was a non-executive board member. He was taking decisions at that level, and he came to implement it as a CEO, which also is in line, embedded with conflict of interest. Now, he also put the procurement under him, human resource under him. So he realized that he was recruiting. Yes.
I think your concerns about the office of Reverend Albert Okpoti-Boche, they are well known. Now the question I asked.
But you are asking me to
no, that's not what I asked. I'm very sure you didn't understand. Now what I was asking is you had a lot of grudges, not only against the office of Reverend Okpoti-Boche, but generally for the management entirely of the korle-Bu Teaching Hospital. The fact that the president has appointed a new CEO, does it mean that automatically you have dropped all those grudges against management?
No, not at all.
I see. So then what are your expectations of Dr. Gilbert?
Pardon, can you come over again?
I'm asking what your expectations are of your new acting CEO.
Oh, thank you very much. What we are saying is that, thank you very much again. We expect so much from him. I mean, maybe he has been at the background. He might have heard so many that went on radio. And we don't want him to repeat some of those things. We want him to be a good listener. We are always ready to cooperate with him to make sure that korle-Bu takes the glory that he used to take formerly. We are also ready to make sure that korle-Bu, with his cooperation and in conjunction with the new board, make sure that korle-Bu takes korle-Bu always appear in the news for the good reasons, not for the bad reasons that we are nominated for. So we say we are welcoming him, but then we want him to know that the stakes are very high at that, and that he must work hard to ensure that expectations of staff and patients are gradually being met. Korle-Bu is a human institution, so you have so many wrongdoing in there. So you come up with policies that will make sure that some of those things are go down to the barest minimum. We are not saints,
but
there could be one or two things that...
Why do you feel that the president should still go ahead and dissolve the current board of the korle-Bu Teaching Hospital? They might as well work very well with Dr. Gilbert.
We could... No. Okay, first of all, we are not asking the board to go to be dissolved because korle-Bu senior staff or korle-Bu staff want the board to be dissolved. No. There was a petition. Now, I just want to recollect one or two of them. No, there was a petition that we had in which we had mentioned, for example, some of the mismanagement. We had level accusations against the buying of the cars, the non-adherence of the directives, and so many and so on. Now, we are saying that those things all happen under the chairmanship or under the watch of Mr. Edianan. So if you leave that same person there, what will happen is that there will still be chaos. He's part of the problem of korle-Bu. He created all those problems. So why do you want to maintain him there? Is he the only person who can be in korle-Bu board, member or chairman? We don't want one-man show. Let's bring in new people, new ideas. We will now have a new CEO. Let's make sure it's in the interest of korle-Bu. If staff, you are going to work over staff, and the staff are saying they don't want you. Respect the people's power, and they are not just saying using their mouth.
You don't want
evidence of mismanagement, severe mismanagement, abrogation, abuse of power. We provided all these things.
So you don't want the president to end there. You want the president to remove Eddie Anan as chair of the korle-Bu board.
Yes, and reconstitute the board. If for example,
but I said that. You said it is not like you want the board dissolved.
I want the board dissolved.
You want it dissolved. Very well. We'll end our conversation here. Thank you very much, Charles. Charles Ofe-Palm is president of the korle-Bu Teaching Hospital Senior Staff Association, and they are grateful that the president has appointed a new CEO, acting CEO, Dr. Gilbert Buckle. But they want the current board of the korle-Bu Teaching Hospital dissolved and new persons brought aboard the board. I want to wrap up with a few of your messages, especially on the fact that the earth tremor at Wager, on the earth tremor at Wager. I'll just do a few more of those messages, then we can part ways nicely. I move on to Rashid Schwanz. Rashid Schwanz says, is this one also the cause of John Mahama? Nobody is talking politics here. They're people's lives. So I'm going to move away from that. Nuwakwa, God knows, Billy says, I nearly jumped through my window. The first thing that came to mind was Malcolm, because we live in a story building. Mensa Konto Steven says, this is a warning sign. Wonders shall follow soon. Mami Krama says, God help us. Ado Kisi Paul says, it's normal since those areas are seismic prone. Well, I just... Sadat too says, please, people should remember that we are in the last stage of the fasting, which is the Ramadan month, and it is full of wonders. So let us join hands in prayers so that the action of the earth tremor would be blessed. One would be a blessed one. Okay. Now, Nana Sekua Boatin says, it happened in my house too. I even thought it was thunder and lightning since it was raining. And Mercedes Kofi Azaja says, I never knew Ho and Elmina were also seismic prone areas. Emmanuel Tetapadi says, it happened in Kaswa as well. And I must confess, it was very frightening. We thank God we are all okay. Clement Bedu says, it is a natural phenomenon. The only way to avoid it is to stay away from such fault lines. It was a shock, but who knows if next time it intensifies to aggravate its intensity. Those were your messages. I'm totally grateful for them. That'll be all for the program. But here's what you can look forward to at midday on News Today. I will engage the Electoral Commission on what happens now that the court has suspended the voter registration exercise. We look forward to 30th July for the final ruling, yes. But what does it do to the electoral calendar? How much money have we spent so far and haven't come to this point where we've had to halt operations for now. You want to make time and listen to that conversation between myself and the PR for the Electoral Commission at midday on Newsday. My name is Kimini Yamani, and I'm totally grateful as always for your company and all your messages here on News Desk. Goodbye.